Traditional versus Roth IRA. Which one is better? Deciding where to invest your savings is an essential component of retirement planning. Your workplace may frequently provide a retirement plan, such as a 401k. This can be a terrific place to save some of your retirement funds, especially if your company will match your investment. What happens if you desire to save more than your employer's plan allows? If your employer doesn't provide a retirement plan, what happens? What if you work for yourself instead? Consider setting up an individual retirement account in each scenario, an IRA. You have two basic options when setting up an IRA: Roth IRAs and traditional IRAs. These two IRA varieties have a close similarity at first observation. The amount of money you'll have accessible to you in retirement, though, can vary depending on a few crucial factors. Watch this video to know the difference between traditional and Roth IRA. Opening an IRA could be a smart move if you want to make investments but don't have availability to an employer-sponsored 401k, or if your 401k has reached its maximum contribution limit and you want to make even more investments. However, it would be best to comprehend the variations between a Roth IRA and a standard IRA before opening an account. Each offers advantages of its own and at various stages of your retirement savings journey. Choosing to save in one over the other may be the wiser choice. How to check your eligibility for an IRA? The first requirement for IRA eligibility has been met if you or your spouse have a source of income from employment. However, you must ensure that you fulfill different standards set forth by the government to benefit from an IRA's tax advantages. The income that qualifies you for various thresholds depends on your filing status, how much you expect to make this year, and if you have a workplace retirement plan. For instance, if you file as a single person or as the head of your household in 2022 and have a 401k at your place of employment, your modified adjusted gross income must be less than $68,000 to be eligible for the full deduction for a traditional IRA. However, once you begin to withdraw funds, you will be required to pay taxes on both the investment gains and the deductible contributions you made. You can open an IRA on your own. It is a tax-advantaged pension plan. The yearly contribution cap for 2022 is $6,000 for everyone under 50 and $7,000 for those over 50. But you can only make contributions up to your actual earnings if your earnings are less than $6,000. Opening an IRA is not age restricted. One can start an IRA if they are employed. An IRA is a well-like substitute for a 401k because you can start with any business and select appropriate investments for your portfolio. What is a traditional IRA? You might receive a tax advantage today while saving for your retirement through a traditional IRA. For instance, if you made a $4,000 traditional IRA contribution this year, you can write it off as a tax deduction. Subject to income restrictions, you can benefit from a substantial discount on your tax obligation to the IRS as your investment increases. You may continue to make donations up to the annual contribution cap, which will be $7,000 for donors over 50 and $6,000 for those under 50 in 2022. A penalty-free withdrawal period begins when you are 59 years and 6 months old, and you have to start taking withdrawals by age 72. What is Roth IRA? Traditional IRAs postpone taxes, but Roth IRAs are not meant to provide you with immediate tax advantages. If you make a $4,000 contribution to a Roth IRA this year, all of the money will be after tax. The benefits become clear after withdrawals, since you get to keep all the compounded gain accumulated over the years. Similar to a traditional IRA, there are no yearly contribution caps. You are not required to make such withdrawals at any specific time. You have more time to wait before using the money. You could keep it there. Roth IRA benefits. The ability to withdraw funds tax-free in retirement is the primary perk of establishing a Roth IRA. Therefore, once you've quit your job and are spending, you won't need to account for taxes. Contributions may be withdrawn at any time without penalty. Some investors choose a Roth IRA as their emergency fund because you can take your contributions at any time without incurring penalties or taxes. If you meet specific requirements, such as using the funds for your first house purchase or paying for school costs, you could even withdraw earnings from your Roth IRA. If not, you must wait until you're 59 and a half years old and have a 5-year holding period. Cons of Roth IRAs. A Roth IRA is only open to persons with incomes below a specific limit. In 2022, people with modified adjusted gross income of less than $129,000 are permitted to invest the total amount, while those with a modified adjusted gross income of more than $144,000 are prohibited from doing so. People with in-between income levels are allowed to make a prorated contribution. If the MAGI of a married couple filing jointly is $204,000 or less, they are eligible to contribute the entire amount. They are ineligible to donate if their MAGI is more significant than $214,000. They may present a prorated amount if their income falls in that range. Before you take distributions from your Roth IRA's tax-free gains, you must adhere to the 5-year rule. For the 2023 tax year, these caps will be raised. The MAGI range for married couples filing jointly is $218,000 to $228,000. For single filers, the MAGI maximum is $153,000 and the phase-out period begins at $138,000. No required minimum distributions apply to Roth IRAs, so you are not obligated to take any withdrawals at any time throughout your lifetime. They are the perfect wealth transfer vehicles because of this characteristic, although they must take distributions or convert the account to their own IRA. Roth IRA beneficiaries do not have to pay income tax on withdrawals. Unlike a standard IRA, a Roth IRA allows you to withdraw funds equal to your contributions without incurring penalties or paying taxes up front. Withdrawals before retirement. Traditional IRA withdrawals made before the age of 59 and a half are subject to taxes and a 10% early withdrawal penalty. In some unique situations, you can avoid the fine, but not the taxes, provided you use the funds to cover eligible higher education costs or eligible first-time homebuyer expenses, both of which are limited to a $10,000 maximum. You might also be excluded from the penalty if you have a permanent disability or a specific amount of unpaid medical expenditures. However, you'll still have to pay taxes on the payout. Contrarily, you are permitted to withdraw amounts equal to your Roth IRA contributions during the tax year without incurring any penalties or taxes, even if you are 59 years and 6 months old. The belief that you'll be in a lower tax band when you retire is a common concept of the Roth IRA versus traditional IRA debate. While that is reasonable, it is also difficult to anticipate your tax bracket years in the future. Think of the path to retirement as a downhill ski slope instead. Your goal should be for your funds to continue to grow as they descend the slope, like a snowball rolling down a hill. With that in mind, it's crucial to consider whether you'd like to keep the entire snowball for yourself or carve out a portion for taxes when you're ready to leave the job. With a Roth IRA, you can pay your taxes when the snowball is the size of your fist at the top of the hill. It's about the size of a vehicle down at the bottom of the slope. Think of it as a chance to say thank you to yourself later. Your prepaid taxes so you could enjoy the entire car-sized sum of money. With that in mind, it's crucial to consider whether you'd like to keep the entire snowball for yourself or carve out a small portion for taxes when you're ready to leave the job. It may make sense to select the Roth IRA over a traditional IRA if you are eligible for one and meet the conditions. At the end, we can say that if you're saving for goals other than retirement, such as an emergency fund or future school costs, a Roth IRA can serve as a backup account. Roth IRAs are valuable because of their adaptability, but you shouldn't plan to use one as your primary or only retirement savings option. But it's only our point of view. What do you think is the best saving IRA, Roth or traditional? Don't forget to tell us in the comments.